In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can blur or censor a video in Premiere Pro. Let's get into it. Here I am in Premiere Pro. I have a couple of clips on the timeline because I'm going to show you how it can work out in different scenarios. In scenario A, I have a video of a guy sitting at a computer, and what we're going to do is blur out the screen of his computer. To do this, we have to click on the clip. We need to go up to Effects and type in blur. We want to look at the blur and sharpen folder. Premiere Pro offer a series of different blurs, but I tend to just go for Gaussian blur. It gives me the best results. With that added to the clip, we can then go to Effect Controls, and we can see that it's been added to our video clip. Now what I want to do is increase the blur of this effect. I'm going to set this to around 25. You can change it to suit your own needs. You may need more, you may need less. I'm going to make sure it's horizontal and vertical to make sure that it's an even blur, and then make sure Repeat Edge Pixels is selected. Now, as we can see, this has blurred the entire video, and we don't want that, we just want it on the screen. So to confine this blur to the specific area that we want to, we need to create a mask. We can do this by clicking on the effect and either selecting the circle, square, or pen tool. I like to use the square because I'm working with a screen, and then I can pin the corners of this square to the corners of the screen. To adjust this to the screen, I'm going to come over and I'm going to move it up towards the screen so it's in the center. And then I'm just going to select these corners like so. So there we have the blur on the screen. Now to refine this even further, we can add a feather to the edges of this mask so it doesn't look as obvious and it looks a lot smoother. We can do this by going down to the mask properties, and on feather, I want to ramp this up to around 20 to 25. Okay, and by doing this, we have smoothed out the edge of our mask so the blur isn't as obvious. So now if I just play through this clip, we can see that the screen is blurred and it's not too obvious that we've added a blur there. Scenario 2 is when you have moving subjects. So in this example, I'm going to be blurring out the little girl's face, and she is walking with her mom, so we are going to have to animate this blur. We're going to follow the same process as scenario A, and we're going to add a Gaussian blur to the clip. We're going to go into Effect Controls, and then on the blur setting, set it to about 25. I'm actually going to increase this slightly because we're working with a different scenario. And what we need to do, like we did in scenario A, is mask this blur so that it only blurs out the area that we want. As we're blurring out a face, I'm going to use the circle. And then what we want to do is size it so that it only appears around the girl's face. You can really fine tune this if you want to. I'm just going to do this quickly just for this demonstration. Okay, perfect. Now what I want to do again, like we did previously, is increase this mask feather. I'm going to set this to around 25. Now if I just click off that, we have the blur on the little girl. Now if I scrub through the timeline, the blur isn't moving with the girl, and we want it to move with her so that her face is always blurred out. Now what we need to do is select the mask, position it over the face, and we need to keyframe the mask path. Now we can apply a keyframe by clicking on this stop clock here to toggle the animation. And what I'm going to do is use my arrow keys to move forward a few frames. Click on the mask. And then move the circle with the girl. Move forward a few frames again. Click on the mask, move it with the girl. By clicking and moving the mask, it's going to automatically create new keyframes on the mask path. So if we just carry on through this, move it forward a few more frames, move this with the girl. I'm just going to go through this quickly just to complete this. Okay, and there we have it. I've gone through, I've added the keyframes, and now our mask is moving with the little girl. So let's play this back and see how it looks. Now it's not quite perfect, but you can go ahead and refine this perfectly in your own projects. But that is all you have to do to blur out or censor part of the video in Premiere Pro. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up and comment your thoughts below. And for more Creative Fix tutorials, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.